Hey guys, Chad from Mr. Survival Hobby. Got a quick review on the GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition. This is one of my favorite little cameras. I take this thing everywhere with me. One, because of its size. This thing is tiny. You can literally throw it in your pocket and forget it was there. It comes with some cool things as well. You have, well, we'll start off with the mounts. Okay, so you got two different mounts. One's curved for like maybe a helmet or a surfboard that has a curved nose or something like that you want to mount it on. You can use that mount. The other one is flat, so you can do it on a flat surface like the window of your car if you plan on using it for a car, or any kind of a flat surface that it has the adhesive for, so it sticks on. And I believe these are just one use, so once you stick it, just buy another one if you need to put it anywhere else, because if you're trying to peel it off and put it on something else, it's not going to work. It's not going to hold well. It also comes with a just one battery, and the battery lasts a good 2 hours or so of 1080p footage. So I tend to use it quite often. So I went ahead and got a backup battery, and I got a 2-pack. So I got two of these here. And I'll show you the link down below, and then the charger for it. And this charger charges all 3 batteries, so it's kind of sweet. It also comes with a Wi-Fi remote switch that's also waterproof. So if you have it off in the distance underwater and you don't want to swim over there, turn it on, swim back to what you're doing, you can use this switch. And you can use it above water, I believe, up to like 600 feet away, or underwater like maybe 30 feet or so. The Wi-Fi underwater isn't good, yeah. And then I got like a floaty for the back. It has a Velcro strap that you put on the door, the waterproof door, and you just stick it on. And that way, if you were to ever lose it or somehow let go of it, it will float up to the surface, and you can swim over to it and find it. So that's kind of sweet too, because I use it for swimming, snorkeling, scuba diving, surfing, all that stuff as well. So I want to be able to find it if I were to ever drop it. One of my other favorite hobbies is going mountain bike riding. I love my mountain bike, and I love taking the GoPro with me wherever I go. I'll show you a video as well of that. This is a helmet strap that they have. There's tons of different accessories if you go to GoPro.com or Amazon. There's probably cheaper on Amazon, to be honest. But yeah, I got this one here. There's a trail right by my house that I went on yesterday. I'll upload that footage for you, and you can see that. And then this is one of my little favorite things here. So you put the GoPro in the housing, lock it up, strap it on here, right? And then you can extend this however far you want. Okay? And this is basically 3 feet. So I can extend it enough where I can film myself, at a distance and get a whole panorama view of what might be behind me, or I could even put it behind me and get a panorama view of what's in front of me. So that's kind of sweet too. It's one of my favorite things to do. And then I got a head strap. I go hiking all the time as well, backpacking. And I want to be able to just capture, if I see a bear or a deer or whatnot, I like to capture that for memories. So I just put this on my head, put it on. It doesn't weigh me down at all. It's not that heavy. So this works out good, especially exploring caves and stuff. It's kind of sweet. So that way you don't have to hold it and a flashlight, and have this thing with wanting my hand free. I want at least one hand free. So yeah. Okay, so now the details of the actual camera itself. It shoots in many different types of qualities of film capturing. I tend to use it on 1080p, 24 frames a second mostly, just because YouTube inverts everything to 24 frames a second no matter what. So if you're doing 60 frames a second, you're going to lose that anyway. It's going to cut out every other frame. It does 4K, which I'm sure you've heard of, which is like 4,000 times the resolution of 1080p. It shoots that in 15 frames a second. It does 2.7K in 24 frames a second, which is amazing. But YouTube also does not support anything higher than 1080p, so what's the point of capturing that unless it was for personal use? And then it does 1440, I believe, and then 1080 1080p, you have the option of going 24 frames a second, 30 frames a second, 48 frames a second, or 60 frames a second. And the only purpose of shooting something at 60 frames a second or higher, or anything above 24 to be honest, is to be able to slow the footage down and do slow-mo. Because if you're to upload it to YouTube, you're going to lose all those frames anyway. But yeah, you can do 720p in 120 frames a second, which is awesome. And I'll show you a clip of me jumping in the pool and kind of seeing the bubbles float up in real slow-mo. That's kind of sweet. I like watching it. And then if you wanted to do, it's like 480, I think, 480p or something like that, which is basically standard television, you can do 240 frames a second. So the quality is not great, but you have amazing speed. So it's a give or take. Usually if I want to do a slow-mo, I keep it at 720p. That way I have the option of having the quality and doing enough slow-mo to where it's not affecting the quality as well. But yeah, mostly what I shoot is 1080p, 24 frames a second. So I'll show you guys that as well, and I'll show you the trip that I took with my mountain bike. Actually, let's do that now. So this is the trip that I went on with my mountain bike, just local, right down the street from my house. So that was a clip on my mountain bike at 30 frames a second at 1080p. And this here, I'll show you a clip of me jumping in the pool at 720p, 60 frames a second. So that way I can slow it down. Here's a slow-mo. Alright, and just to throw something in as well, here's me at the range with my AR-15, and here's a slow-mo of that as well. You can kind of see the casings flying out. Okay, so just to give you an idea, of all the different things that you can do, there's tons of options and versatility when it comes to the GoPro. It also comes with a bunch of stickers. So with the straps, the mounting straps here, mounting brackets, I should say, you have tons of different options of having it at different angles. Whatever you want to do, you can put it at any angle you like. So it's kind of neat to have all of these different options as well. But that's pretty much it. I mean, this is the basics. I love this little thing. I use it all the time. Most of my videos, the side shots, are filmed from this. So you can definitely see that it works well. Okay, so one other thing that I failed to mention is the camera has Wi-Fi. You can hook it up to any of your smartphones. I have an Android phone, and basically what it does is you can preview. Let me get it to preview here. Okay, so this is basically what I'm seeing. Okay, so this is me right here. It has a little bit of a delay on the preview, but that's okay. Um, Also, you have all the options and capabilities of using your phone. You can adjust the speed. You can adjust. It does snapshots as well in 12 megapixels. It does time lapse. You can make it loop to where if you want to have it in your car for purposes of, there's a lot of fraud going around with insurance and stuff. You mount it on your dash and have it loop through the footage. So nothing crazy. You can do it on 720p at 24 frames a second because you don't need anything special, and you just have it loop through. So after 3 hours, it'll start re-recording itself again, and so you lose the footage 3 hours ago. But if nothing happened, you don't need it anyway. And then if something happens, you hit stop, and then now you have that footage. But yeah, there's tons of different purposes when it comes to the GoPro. So hope you guys like it. Be sure to like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.